Let's look at Chapter 10, Lesson 2 Review. Find the area of the figure. The area of the smallest square in the dot grid is 1 square unit. So I know if I cut up number 1, I'm going to have 4 square units. Remember to include your labels. For number 2, I can cut it up evenly, and I know that there's going to be 6 square units. For number 3, I only have 2 squares that I can see fully. So instead of looking at that, I'm actually going to take the full rectangle and I'm going to divide it by 2. And I can see that it's going to be a 2 by 4, and 2 times 4 is going to equal 8. But I need to divide it by 2 because the triangle is just half of the rectangle. 8 divided by 2 is going to equal 4. So it's 4 square units. Let's look at number 4. I'm going to be able to cut this up, and I can see right here that this part is going to have 8. So I'm going to write 8 to the side. But then I'm going to do the same thing that I did for number 3 with this triangle down here. So I'm going to go ahead and find the whole square, and I know that it's 4, but I need to divide that by 2 because the triangle is just half of that, and I know that that's 2. So this part will be 2. 8 plus 2 is going to equal 10 square units. I'm going to do the same thing for number 5, make it a full square, and I know that it's a 3 by 3, and I know that 3 times 3 is going to equal 9, so the whole thing equals 9. I need to divide 9 by 2 though, and I know that I'm going to get 4, and then I have 1 left over, so 4 remainder 1, which equals 4 and 1/2 because the remainder is your numerator and your denominator is your divisor. So 4 1/2 square units. Let's look at number 6. I'm going to cut off this rectangle down here, and I can see that there's 4 squares in there. Then I'm going to do the same thing with this triangle and box it off. And I can see that it's going to be a 3 by 2, which equals 6. But I have to divide 6 by 2 in order to get half so I can figure out what the triangle is. And I know 6 divided by 2 is 3, so this triangle equals 3. 3 plus 4 is going to equal 7 square units. Let's look at the algebra section. Complete the last 2 rows of the table, then write a rule for the table. So I know for week 1, I was able to save $1. Week 2, I had $3, which looks like I added $2 from here. Week 3, I have $5, so I'm adding $2 more dollars. Week 4, I have $7, so I'm adding $2 more dollars. So I'm going to say that my rule is going to be to add $2 to the previous week. So I'm going to fill this in, and I know 7 plus 2 is going to equal $9, and I know that 9 plus 2 is going to equal $11. Let's look at books to pens. I got 3 books and 6 pens, 4 books and 8 pens. I can see that I'm going to be multiplying this, and it looks like I'm doubling it on each side. So 6 times 2 equals 12. 7 times 2 is going to equal 14, and then I have 8 times 2, which equals 16. So I'm going to be multiplying the books by 2. Let's look at wheels and tricycles. I know that I have 27 and it went to 9, 24 and it went to 8, 21 and it went to 7. I can tell that I'm going to divide the wheels by 3. And then I'm going to see that 15 divided by 3 is going to equal 5, and 12 divided by 3 equals 4. So my rule is going to be to divide by 3. Make sure that you show your work.